The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV.
Right. Get yourselves together. Right. Stand up and live your life. Right. Get yourselves together. Right. Hands up high.
Welcome to the Rise of Both show. I am Joe Peroni.
I'm Heidi Mancini.
And I'm Donald Trump.
So I didn't even need to announce you.
No one needs to announce me. I'm the most famous person in the history of people. Greatest president in the history of presidents, other than the late, great Abe Lincoln, whose wife was maybe a three. Maybe a three, and I'm being generous. Have you seen Melania? She's absolutely incredible. Smoking out the most beautiful FLOTUS in the history of America. You know what FLOTUS has to have his POTUS, and I'm the POTUS, and, you know, we're together. The FLOTUS and the POTUS. Just tremendous, and she was just in Africa. Isn't that great? She was in Africa, and she looked tremendous. She looked really, really incredible, I have to tell you. What a great lady. I'm so lucky to have her as my wife. And I can remember the day that they shipped her over from Slovenia, and she popped right out of the box, and she looked so good then. So good. She was so skinny. She was so skinny because she hadn't eaten the entire month being shipped over from Slovenia. You know, she had some of the packing peanuts in her mouth, and she likes those. She likes to eat those. You know, but lately, though, she's, you know what I say, 45 and out the door, you know.
45.
I used to say 44. No, of course not. Of course not. I'm up tweeting at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. You know what I mean? It's a big house. By the way, the White House is a big house. It's a dump, but it's a big house. And I didn't even want to move into the White House when I first got there because, you know, I didn't want to live in government housing. And the last family that was in there, we could barely get them out. Barely get him out. But we moved in, Melania, well, she wasn't there the first 3 months. She stayed back up in New York because she wanted to be with Barron in New York City. And then she finally came down. You know, originally she should have been down like during the inauguration, but she said she couldn't get any flights, which I thought was strange. But she came down, and we do this great game. We play a great game in the house called Hide and Go Seek. Hide and Go Seek. And some days she's gone for 4 and 5 days at a time. It's really amazing. She's good at that game. She's really good at that game. And then she pops up in Africa and other places. So she's something else. I really like her. I really like her a lot. She's a tremendous first lady. Be best. Be best. That's her thing. Be best. And cyberbullying. She's against cyberbullying. And so am I. Bullies are terrible people unless I'm doing it.
So the Stormy Daniels seems to be a good bully against you. Do you want to hear what she said?
I don't need to hear what she said. She's a horse face. Who wants to hear what a horse face says? And
didn't you pay $130,000 to sleep?
I don't know what you're. I didn't pay. I never paid anything. I never paid anything to sleep with anyone ever, other than my 3 wives. That was she was going to make life difficult for me. I was running for president, which I won, by the way. Biggest electoral landslide in the history of the United States. And I'm going to win. I'm going to win in 2020. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. You know why? We're replacing the Electoral College with Trump University. It's going to be so great. It's going to be a Trump slide. It's going to be a Trump slide. And everybody in the country is going to get a free class in big league winning. Big league winning. So I don't know what you're talking about with this Stormy Daniels. Michael Cohen, a rogue attorney. My rogue attorney. I thought I knew this guy. Bad guy. Bad hombre. He was out giving out all my money to these playmates and these porn stars, people I never met. Stormy Daniels is a liar. And if she says anything about what a great lover I am, then that part you can believe. Everything else, lies. It's all lies. It's all lies.
Well, she did talk about your shortcomings.
No, very funny, very funny. Wow, she's so sophisticated. Have you seen any of her movies?
Actually, no.
Oh, okay. Well, then you should, because she's not one to be trusted. Believe me. 8 on 1 is not fair.
8 on 1.
Well, she might be the expert in certain departments, and she said.
Well, she's a big gal. That's not fair. Did you see? She's big. She's very large. So everything you got to remember that, you know, scale's very important, folks. Scale's very important. You know what I mean? That's very. You gotta consider that. And also when it's cold, and also if you're just taking a shower or come out of a pool. or come out of a pool. You have to allow for shrinkage. You have to allow for shrinkage. And it was Shark Week. It was Shark Week. So it's kind of like you're in the water. And I'm very scared of a shark because that may have had something to do with it.
Yeah, because you did say game on tiny.
Game on tiny. Well, you know, I would like to point one thing out. I would like to, you know, like when somebody's really big, like a big guy, they call him tiny. They call him tiny. You see what she did there? It's actually a compliment. Actually a compliment. See that? No complaints. No complaints down there. I said that when little Marco made that remark. No complaints. Look at these hands, by the way. Huge hands. You know what they say? Big hands, big gloves. Okay?
So, you know, I have to admit, there's one thing that you do really well.
What's that?
Above and beyond all else. You make good clothes.
I make great clothes. I make tremendous clothes. Look at that. Look at that
tie.
beautiful
Got your name on it
tie.
and everything.
And
You
you
see that?
notice Trump ties are the best ties because they're extra long. They're made of more durable fabric, and you put the little bit of gold plate on the back that says Donald Trump. And by the way, these are selling on eBay for huge amounts of money because Macy's doesn't sell them anymore. Macy's dropped my line.
Oh, he did?
And Nordstrom's dropped Ivanka's line. Terrible people, Nordstrom's. Terrible people. I've never met Mr. Nordstrom, but he's a bad guy. And the Macy's guy, they're dopes. They're dopes. They dropped my cufflinks, you know, like my Trump cufflinks, my Trump cufflinks, Trump suits, you can't get them there. You can't get the collector's items. They're collector's
So
items.
where was this tie made?
That tie was made. It's right on your tie right there. Made in America. Made in America.
It's made in China.
Well, China's like America. We owe them so much money that China is essentially America. So if you want to if you want to split the atom on stupid stuff like that, yes, it's China, but really China is America, and America's China. And I love the Chinese people, but they're terrible people. Terrible people. I mean, great takeout, but they're terrible people. You know, they're killing us in trade. And that's why I am making America first. We're making great deals with China. And that's why I had to add on all those tariffs. We've added on a lot of tariffs, and China is very, very scared. Did you know that with the new tariffs, there'll be no Chinese cars coming to this country? Not one Chinese car. Have you ever driven a Chinese car?
No.
You see that? The tariffs are working. You see that? They're working.
But our farmers are hurting now because of that.
No, they're not. I'm giving them $12 billion. If I gave you $12 billion, would you be hurting? No, of course not. I'm giving them $12 billion. There's only like 50 farmers in the entire country. These guys are making out very, very well. Very, very well. Who knew soybeans were so popular? I don't even know what you use soybeans for. Who knew? Who knew?
The money that you gave them, where did it come from?
Oh, it came from the government. We're doing very well. We're doing the greatest economy in the history of this country. This country's over thousands years old, and we've done so well. Greatest stock market in the history of the United States. Lowest unemployment for African Americans, Latinos, white women, everybody. Everyone's winning. We're doing great. And I'm doing very, very well with middle-aged white guys who are pudgy. I do very well with that. That's my best group. That's my best group. I do very well with them. But everyone's very happy. We're doing great. I'm the greatest president, like I said, in history. And that money is coming from programs we don't need. Programs we don't need, like Medicaid and Medicare, because everyone's so healthy now that I'm president. More people are healthy now than they've ever been in the history of this country because of me. Because they see me and I'm very healing. The evangelicals love me. They absolutely love me. They love me. You can walk without that chair and people are standing up and they're walking.
So tell me, so you've cheated on multiple wives.
I've cheated on all of them. I cheated on all of them. Every single one. I even cheated on my mistresses. I was cheating on Ivana with Marla, and I cheated on her. How do you like that?
That's pretty good for certain.
And I even talked about it on Howard Stern. It's pretty amazing. I'm very consistent. You got to give me consistency.
Yeah.
You got to give me consistency. You have to. And did you see the interview with Melania? What did she say?
I don't remember.
Well, she said, I don't concern they said, what about your husband's infidelities? This is just last week. And she said, not my concern. So that's pretty much like a hall pass for me. I'm going to be hitting as much as I can now because that's pretty much free and clear. Not there's any really currently attractive women in the White House. So we got to fix that. We got to fix that.
Would you sleep with Hillary if...
Oh, my God. What are you on, drugs or something? Hillary? What's my choice, Hillary or a bag of dirt? Come on. I'd go back to Stormy Daniels for Hillary. Remember what Hillary's phrase was during the election? I'm with her. No one was with her. Bill wasn't even with her. Many times, by the way, because I was with him, and I know Bill was not with her. Believe me.
So you obviously like to cheat. You've done that many times.
Well, no, hold on. Let's be clear about this. I don't like to cheat. I like having sex with beautiful women. Right? Don't you like having sex with beautiful women?
Sure.
Don't you like having sex with beautiful men? See that? We're all together on this, people. We're all together. Marriage is an old construct. You know, it was developed when people died when they were 25. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of enjoying myself. You know, why should I deny myself one of the most beautiful things in life? Being intimate with another person for under $150,000.
And you've never been to church before.
Oh, that's not true. That's not true.
When you got married?
Yes. Ivana, Marla, and Melania. Those 3 times. And the date of the inauguration, I had to go. But what's going on in church? What's going on? Have they changed the Bible? Has it been updated? I don't think so. But Art of the Deal, the greatest business book in the history of books, is we just did another revision on it. So you should pick that up. Art of the Deal. #1 best-selling by the fake New York Times, except for their book list. That part's the best part. You know what I mean?
Did you write it?
No, yes, I did. I wrote that book.
No, you didn't.
It's one of the biggest business books of all time. I wrote every single word. Every single word in that book is mine.
I saw a guy on TV who was the ghostwriter.
Oh, I don't even know that guy. I think I met him for 15 minutes. He's a terrible person. Terrible. Just because his name is on the cover and he gets half the royalties, don't believe a word he says.
So going back a little bit, I want to know how you got evangelical support with, you know, your lifestyle that you obviously have and not going to church.
I honestly have no idea how that happened. It's really amazing. I mean, these guys will buy just about anything, I'll tell you. It's kind of incredible when you think about the things I've said, the things that I've done, but the evangelicals, they love me.
They love you.
They love me. They love me. And, you know, I love Christianity. I love Christianity. It's a great religion. I mean, I prefer my Savior's not to be crucified, but in this case, he did very, very well, this Jesus guy. Very well. Very well.
I mean, for comparison, Jimmy Carter was an evangelical.
But he was a loser. He was a loser. A loser peanut farmer. Who cares about peanuts? Those soybeans, though, they're really making money on the soybeans. I really didn't know about that.
So you're a good role model for a lot of young men?
A lot of young men. They love me. I'm a successful businessman, happily married, president, major corporation. I make deals with everybody. I make great deals. Everyone loves me. Everyone loves me. You have to admit that. Kanye West, he loves me. He absolutely loves me. Was that a great? He came into the office, dropped the F-bomb 4 times. I was a little shocked about that. Kind of a surprise. And he talked about parallel universes, which I've never even heard of. I wonder if I'm even richer in the parallel universes because I'm doing very well in this one.
That was probably the first time that somebody out-talked you.
I think, you know what, you may be right because I didn't really know what the hell he was talking about. He was just kind of all over the place. But he gave me a hug.
He did?
He did.
Did you get scared?
No, I like Kanye. He came to visit me at Trump Tower before the inauguration, and we sat for a while and we talked. You know, I thought he was Snoop Dogg for the first 2 hours, so I didn't really know. It's kind of my mistake, you know. But I love his wife. I love Kim Kardashian. What a body on that woman. What a body.
I thought you liked him skinny.
I do, but on her, it works on her. It works on her. Yes, I know. It's true. I do like thin women. I make all my wives weigh in the first of every month. You know, that's what I was saying about Melania. She got back from Africa. She was, you know, kind of tipping the scales there.
So who's hotter, Melania or Kim?
Oh, no, Melania, for sure. I mean, you know, for her age. I mean, you have to adjust for age. You got to give a little, you know what I mean? It's a bell curve. Yeah.
So for the young men out there who are looking to win, We're talking about winning clubs and dating and stuff like that.
Clubs? What was that?
Yeah, dance clubs.
Oh,
things like
dance
that.
clubs
Yeah,
like
they
here in
wanna
Las
win there.
Vegas.
Yeah.
By the way, greatest hotel in all of Las Vegas. Trump Tower, right on the Strip. If you're not a Trump hotel, it's a dump hotel. Just remember that. And you don't have that distraction with gaming. No gaming. Did you know that we won best lobby bar, best elevator, best view? It was all in Best of Las Vegas. It just came out. Did you know this?
I
you
did
know
not.
this? Yeah, I heard it was rigged, but it wasn't. It wasn't rigged. We won best lobby. Best lobby.
It would have been rigged if you didn't win, though.
It would have been rigged if we didn't win. That's
Right.
true.
That's
true. You're a smart guy. I like you, Joe. I like you. Good guy. Looks like you've been working out, by the way. Look at that.
Did you know that I do hair for a living?
No, I had
I
no
want
idea.
to talk to you about
Yeah,
your
we
hair.
got to talk about that hair.
It's my brand. It's
Is
my
this,
brand.
Is this your idea or your stylist?
This is my idea because, as you know, I'm a guy, and 85% of all men have male pattern baldness. And I happen to be, I'm exceptional in many, many areas, but for some reason, I do have amazing hair, you have to admit, because in my 30s, my hair was brown, and in my 70s, my hair was blonde. That's never happened in the history of mankind before. It's really, really incredible. I went from brown to blonde in a 40-year period. But this hair is unique because it's my brand, and I bring it down. It's down to about here, and then we flip it back, and then it goes back over the ears, and people love it. They love it. Doesn't everyone talk about
They
my hair?
talk shit about your hair.
No,
Nobody
they
likes
love
the
my hair.
stylists,
They
go
love my
cra-
hair.
we go
Did you know the
crazy. We're-
number one Halloween costume last year? What was it?
Trump.
That's
President
right. And
you.
the year before
Your
that,
hair.
Trump. It's all Trump. It's
Do you
Trump
get
all the
upset
time.
when they make fun of your hair?
No, but you know why?
tan?
Because it's real. It's real.
You're tan?
It's my tan.
Your tan? Is
well,
that real?
A tan is healthy. A tan is healthy. Yeah, I put on the little goggles. I lay down for about 20 minutes. I get all barbecued. It smells great, by the way. It smells great. Human flesh cooking. I don't know why that smells so good. It smells tremendous. It's so
You should
great.
get smaller goggles, though, because sometimes the raccoon thing is a little much, you think?
No, I don't want to. You know what I mean? I have 20/20 vision. I have 20. I'm the only 72-year-old man who doesn't need glasses, except reading when I'm reading a deposition. Then because the print's so small. The print's
So you know how to read.
Well, I do know how to read. This stupid conspiracy theory that says I can't read. How ridiculous is this? How ridiculous is that? It makes no sense at all.
Well, they say you don't use a teleprompter. That's could be a reason, that you
Well,
don't
because
read.
I could do the teleprompter. I could be so presidential. I could do that. I could talk about policy and number. Who cares? When people come to my rallies, they want entertainment. It's 90 minutes of me talking about whatever pops into my head, like Stormy Daniels. Oh, like I would sleep with her. Like I would sleep with Stormy. Please. Just because we have a photo together. What does that mean exactly?
Means you were together.
Means we're together, but other than that means nothing.
So let's go back a little bit. I want to talk to these young men out there, and I thought maybe you could have some good dating advice for them.
Well, I've dated the most beautiful women in the history of the United States. Big movie star, Madonna, I've dated her. Carla Bruni, I dated her. Look at all. I dated in college. I dated Candace Bergen. Did you know that?
No.
She's on Murphy Brown.
Yeah, I know that is.
I dated her. I was set up on a date with her. When I was at the University of Pennsylvania, great Ivy League school, which I graduated magna cum something. I was so good. Top of my class, University of Pennsylvania. But I went on a date with her. We didn't go on a second date, because she was kind of a snob. But my advice to young men is, guys do this. They'll be in a bar, right, and they'll look around, and they'll see the most beautiful girl, and they'll get intimidated. But then they'll look at somebody, like that girl's a 10, right? She's a 10. But somebody over there is like a 5, and they'll go, you know what? The 10, it's not going to happen. So what do? They look for the 5. They go over to the 5, right? And what happens? They get shut down.
Yeah, true.
They get shot down. If you're going to get shot down in a Las Vegas club, go for the 10. You want to go all the way. Go big or go home.
Go home.
That's right. You want to just go up to the hottest chick there and say, hey, you know what? I'm a billionaire. I think you're incredibly hot. I have a building on the Strip. Let's go back. What do you say? You know what I mean? Hit them with all you got. And what problem about these Las Vegas clubs, I have to say, and even in New York in the heyday, in the 80s, they're too loud. They're too loud. I honestly don't know how people pick each other up at these places anymore. It's so loud. You know, it's like, hi, nice to meet you. And then, oh, it's 10 o'clock. You know what I mean? You can't hear anything. You can't hear anything.
But what about some of the men who just don't have the kind of money and success that you have?
Well, they're losers. They're losers, and they should stay home and make the floor clear for rich guys like us who get all the women.
So, okay, so you're with a girl. You're alone with her now.
Mm-hmm.
What's consent exactly?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out for years now. What is consent? Do you know? Is that a legal document? Maybe you can tell me. I don't know. Consent to me is money. If you're in my room, in my hotel, that's consent. That's consent.
So, like, no would be yes, and yes means ain't.
Well, listen,
True?
listen. I am so tired of this. I'm so tired of this. What do women want? What do women want? They want a strong, aggressive man. Strong,
True.
aggressive man, right? So
True.
all of this stuff about, I want to be asked about consent. No, they don't want that. They don't want that. They want you to come on at like 15. Everything. Maximum masculinity. Don't believe all this stuff you're hearing in the news. Don't believe what you see. Don't believe what you hear. It's all lies. Women like it when men come on to them full bore. Full bore. Okay? All these other people, Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, don't believe any of the crap these people are putting out. Women know what they want. This is why so many women have voted for me. They want a strong man. They don't want a weakling. They don't want a Who wants a weakling? They're going to lose.
This
Weaklings
is true.
are losers.
52% of white women voted for you.
That's right.
So you got something going on, I have to admit.
Right, and the 49 that's left over were hideous, very unattractive. So I don't want them anyway. I don't want them anyway. Yes, women like strength. Honestly, everyone responds to strength. Everyone responds to strength. Okay. No one. If you're in an intimate moment, right, and you're with a woman, it's very, you're feeling it. You're feeling it. Your pants are tight, everything, and you say, "Oh, is it okay if I kiss you?" Wow, what a loser moment that is. You've killed it, right? If I asked to kiss you, right? If I ask to kiss you, doesn't that turn you off?
Yeah.
See? Going for the kiss. Deal with the lawsuits later.
But what if you don't have enough money to keep paying all these women
You're
off?
a loser. You have to have a very rich dad. I tell people all the time, you need a major inheritance. That's a very important thing. And by the way, I've mentioned that, but that's not true because I'm just like everybody else. My father only gave me a $14 million interest-free loan. And then when he died, I got $400 million. Other than that, I didn't get any real money. You know what I mean? No real money to speak of.
That's not
I'm
too
just
much.
like you. I'm just like you.
Listen, I didn't even get a car. I didn't even get a T-shirt.
Where are you from?
New York.
Well,
Where
what
you
happened?
are.
That's where I was from.
But nobody could see me there because of people like you.
That's right. That's what happens. People that are successful like me kind of like just trump everybody else. And I'm using that in a good way.
So if you're with a girl, you would just grab them by certain body parts
Well,
sometimes?
not always. That's when I'm going in for the kill. You know what I mean? But women like that. They like to be kissed. They like to be. And I'm a great kisser, tremendous kisser, the best kisser,
I'm sure.
the best kisser in the history. Have you seen these lips? Paper thin. Women love that. They love that.
So would you ever let a girl be on top then, or do you need to be dominant all the time?
Oh, no, I actually prefer that because I'm lazy. I just like when they kind of like just ride.
So I want to talk about one of your other loves that you said. Mm-hmm. So
Money?
That's true. Money, yeah, that's a good one.
I love money. So me and money are BFFs.
I want to talk about a different one of your loves.
Mm-hmm.
So you met Kim Jong-un.
Oh,
and you said you fell in love.
We fell in love. We fell in love platonically. I mean, not that in like gay stuff, but platonically we fell in love. He sent me many letters, wonderful letters. Boy, that guy.
What'd they
can
say?
write. Oh, just how great I am, and what a great leader I am, and how smart I am, and what a genius I am. And listen, if anybody tells me I'm a genius, I'm going to be friends with them. Why would I not be friends with somebody who calls me a genius? Like Pootie says it all the time, how smart I am. But Kim Jong-un is a great guy, tremendous guy, super smart, rules his country with an iron fist. Why can't I do that, right? And he kills journalists. I would love to kill journalists. Everyone gets so upset, like, oh, he killed journalists. Who cares? Who cares? I think that would be great to kill journalists. I would love to kill my brother-in-law. That would be great.
Well, you are looking the other way with this other journalist that was just killed, right?
The Saudis? No. I released a statement today. They're going to be dealt with severe punishment. I'm not going to talk to them for an entire day. They're going to be very, very upset. But we are making a $100 million defense deal with them. And he was just a journalist. I mean, come on. That he was a real person. Everyone gets so upset. Did you ever watch Mission Impossible?
Of course.
All right? There's 6 movies. What's the body count on these films? What's the body count?
A lot.
Hundreds and hundreds. We kill one real guy in the real world. Everyone's upset. It's not like there's 50 journalists dead. It's just one guy. Adnan Khashoggi or something, or pierogi or something.
How many business interests do you have in Saudi Arabia?
Oh, I have. Well, I don't have any.
Because if you did, it might, adjust your decision, so to speak, with Saudi Arabia now. It'd be a little conflict of interest.
The thing is, the world is my backyard. The world is my backyard. So essentially, no matter where I do business, it's going to be a conflict of interest, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
So I'm trying to minimize that. And Don Jr., quality kid, great kid. He's running the business, and I'm trying not to get involved in that. So if I am doing a deal where there is a business, I may not know it. I would be, I didn't know that. I had no idea I had a hotel in, Las Vegas, which, by the way, #1 hotel here. #1.
So was Putin a little bit jealous of this little bromance between you and...
Oh, no, Pootie likes it. Because he understands.
That's what you
I call him either Pootie or V-Poots or something like that. We talk every night,
You call him Valerie?
Well, no. He's not like that, but he's such a great guy. So strong. You ever see him riding horseback without a shirt?
He's a judo expert, too.
Judo, horseback riding, race cars, skiing. The guy is really, I golf. That's what I do. I'm a tremendous golfer. Great golfer. Really incredible golfer.
So who's the Prime Minister of Canada?
Oh, I would say that's that weirdo, Justin Trudeau.
He's kind of wimpy for you, ain't he?
Super wimpy, and conversely, he's always giving Melania the eye. Like, not going to happen. I think he's a cross-dresser.
He is better looking than you, though. You have to.
Please, what? Oh, please. Just because he's younger doesn't make him better looking. You know what I mean? Did you know that Time Magazine said I was the sexiest man alive? Well, maybe that was People Magazine. Somebody said I was the sexiest man alive.
Are you sure? You wouldn't lie, right?
No. Why would I lie? I'm the president. Presidents don't lie.
They say you lie 8 times a day.
Well, I don't know about that. I use Scope 3 times a day. That's, because I like fresh breath. Have you ever had an interview with Larry King? His breath is horrible. It smells like mothballs. And I don't lie. I'm a business person. I might inflate things, and there's a little bit of hyperbole, but I would never, ever lie. Never lie.
So we have to go on a little bit of a break. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'll just keep talking because that's what I do. I'll just keep talking.
All right, we'll be right back after this message.
There are many insurance companies out there, but none can compare with McDonough Family Insurance. We take time to get to know each and every customer's individual needs. We want you to feel like part of the family and pride ourselves in protecting what matters most to you. Our agency offers all types of insurance, including life, auto, home, health, renters, and business owner policies. We strive for excellence each and every day to make sure that whatever situation arises in your life, you can feel safe, secure, and confident. One call to McDonough Family Insurance Agency will make your world brighter. call us at 702-684-6989. That's 702-684-6989. We're always here with a smile and ready to help you. McDonough Family Insurance Agency, the company that cares.
Welcome back to the Rise Above show. I am Joe Peroni.
Heidi Mancini.
Donald Trump, president, 45, greatest president ever.
Of course. So Dr. Phil says that you're a narcissist.
Hack,
Do you agree with that?
Hack. What exactly is Dr. Phil a doctor of? English? And what's wrong with narcissism? I like promoting family members. There's nothing wrong with that. You know that Ivanka is in the White House, and if you want to call that narcissism, that's fine.
Oh my God.
What's wrong with liking myself, by the way? What's wrong with liking me?
We're supposed to do that, aren't we?
Exactly. I love me. What's wrong with loving me? I love me.
So you know who likes you too? Is Alec Baldwin.
Oh, he doesn't like me. I
So
can't stand that guy. Another hack. 2 hacks in a row. 3 hacks and you're out, Joe.
So
That guy's horrible.
In general, do you like people who impersonate you?
I love people who impersonate me. I love. But when they love me back, do you know what I mean? Baldwin does a terrible impression of me, and he's mean. He's mean. I'm a nice guy. People like me.
So the people that you don't like, you want to build a wall. Yeah.
Mexico.
Tell me about your wall.
Well, I tweeted today about this. We need $24 billion to build this wall. The Mexican people are terrible people, horrible people. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Mexican people. It's a wonderful culture. I love quesadillas and Oompa Loompas and all the other stuff. You know what I mean? And my ideal night would be nailing Selma Hayek and having a taco bowl from Trump Tower. But honestly, though, they got to go. And if we don't get this wall built, I am closing every Mexican restaurant in this country. And I can do that because I'm the president.
All right, so let everybody know, who you are. So that was great, man. That was so funny.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm John D. Domenico.
And so tell everybody what you do. Obviously, you're an impersonator.
Well, I'm a comedian and an actor and a writer, and I've been a professional performer since I was 24 years old. And I started in Philadelphia doing stand-up and comedy, and went to New York and did the normal career path as an actor. But I always did characters, not on the side, but I always did that was part of what I did. And I did everybody from Lieutenant Columbo and Charlie Chaplin, Groucho Marx, and over time, as through the 70s and 80s, I added more and more characters. And I started doing Trump in 2004 as voiceovers, and then I started doing him full makeup in 2006. And I was on Fox News in 2006. Working for Trump. He was unavailable, and it was a cross promotion between Embassy Suites. It was for The Apprentice. It's cross promotion between The Apprentice and Embassy Suites, and he was unavailable, and I was brought in because I was one of the few people in the entire country that was doing Trump. And then since then, I've always done him. He's a great corporate character. A lot of my work is national sales meetings and conferences for major corporations, AT&T and Mako and Verizon and all these big companies. So I would do, in the course of a meeting, I might do Dr. Phil. And then Austin Powers, baby, yeah. I love him too. He's a great character, baby. And there might be Trump, and we would throw maybe one other character. So over the course of a 3 or 4 day meeting, I would do maybe 5 characters total. And that's how I sold myself. And I also host as myself because I had a stand-up background. But, since Trump announced, and since I was one of the very few people doing him, when he announced, it's kind of changed things for me because now I'm working for a bunch of different shows, and I've gotten to do some film work and worked on some really big projects and did a web series, and I've been up for some films. So it's been very consistent in the corporate work.
Yeah, so it's been great for you then.
It's been great. Life is timing. and being in the right place at the right time. So I had adopted this character early on. The infrastructure for me was already there. I had Bob Kelly make my wigs. He does all the wigs for Saturday Night Live.
Wow, all right.
So, you know, I already had the suits and the wardrobe, and I had already perfected the voice and had done it in a film in like 2008, a feature film. So when this whole thing broke, I was in the right place at the right time, and it's really gratifying to be in that position. Now there's 8,000 Trump impersonators.
But you're ahead of them.
Well, yeah, it's like with anything else. You've got to stay ahead of them, and you know me on social media. That's why I'm shooting TV promos and doing live stuff and traveling around the country. I shot a commercial in Serbia a few months ago, so I'm constantly working and putting myself out there and doing the social media. And you can't rest on your laurels,
right.
not nowadays. So you constantly have to be out there and promoting and doing your SEO. So I'm still above the fold. If you put in Donald Trump impersonator, I'm still one of the top 5.
Excellent.
That comes up. So it's a lot of work, but I'm very lucky to do what I love, which is to perform and be a comedian. And Trump as a character, not the political part, because yes, there's a division, but when I perform, I'm not doing the political Trump. I'm doing this guy who's he's a humorous character.
Yeah,
he's a humorous character, and he himself has a great sense of humor, and guy asked to be roasted on Comedy Central. So no matter what your opinion of him is politically, what I try to do at an event is entertain the whole audience.
Right.
I'm there to entertain everybody and not, alienate part of the audience that I'm performing for.
No, you do a great job, because I was trying to get you going a little bit with some of the stuff, and yeah, it was funny.
and talk about a character, because I did Austin Powers for years, who I love. It's a brilliant character. The thing with Trump is he has literally fresh material every few hours.
Yeah, that's true.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
He'll do a 60 Minutes thing, and you're like, oh, I got to get up to date on this whole 60 Minutes thing. And then Monday morning, he releases 5 tweets, and like, oh my God, I got to get up on these tweets. Because I do the Trump Cast, which is a podcast. It's the #3 political podcast, and I do the tweets every few days on that show. And then I do the tweets for an Australian show called Planet America. And then I do all the different shows. I'm the voice of Trump on Conan O'Brien. So I've been on that show many, many times. I used to be the Trump on Chelsea Handler. She's off the air now. So there's a lot of different platforms that I'm on. So I have to constantly keep up what he's doing, so we can kind of filter it through the comedic filter.
Right. And to get here today was tough for you too, right?
Well, yeah, we were shooting yesterday. I was working for Estrellas TV, which is a Spanish-speaking language network, and we were shooting a bunch of promos. And yesterday we were in the desert, and we shot till very, very late. And then I wanted to be here for this, for you guys, because I committed. So I had to get an earlier flight back. And when I leave here, I've got a bunch of voiceovers to do for 3 different clients.
Hard. Well, I want to thank you for getting here today. It was great.
Oh, it was great.
We appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. This was fun.
Tell everybody, your website or
well,
anything like
you
that?
can find me at johnnyd.net, JOHNNYD.net, and I do a lot of different characters. I do about 30 different characters along with Trump. And then you can find me on Twitter at JohnnyD23, Instagram JohnnyD23, and on Facebook at John D. Domenico Comedy. And you'll find me because my photo is as Trump.
So this has been the Rise Above show. I don't know why I had trouble saying that. I am Joe Peroni.
I'm Heidi Mancini.
And
John D. Domenico.
thank you.
Thanks for watching.